What's up, guys? How's it going? So, last week, this happened to me. So, all in all, that was a really bad accident. And to be honest, like, this is a good learning experience for me in terms of, like, how I think about actually training. And it's actually, like, now that I'm in recovery mode, it's got me a lot thinking about recovery exercises and actually strengthening, like, muscles. Um, but yeah, so recently I got Coach Firas Zahabi's Strong and Stable Knees for Life, and I'm just working on kind of building the strength back in my right leg. So tune in. I'm just going to show a bit of the exercises from Strong and Stable Knees and then just talk a bit about it. So I'll just give a short introduction. For those of you who don't know, Coach Firas Zahabi is the head coach at the TriStar Gym in Montreal. And I found it interesting because even though he has like a lot of really, really good MMA and jiu-jitsu content, I found like what's really benefited me a lot was his content and his podcast talking about like recovery. For about a year now, I've been following his Strong and Stable Knees to kind of build up just more stable legs and just overall stability in general. And it's really helped. Going into this injury of mine that I've been having, I've taken a lot of what he's taught in his series and kind of try to like work on implementing it, as well as like a lot of the stuff that he pulls from, which is from the Becoming a Supple Leopard book by Kelly Starrett. So I've been working on some of those exercises. So at about day 3 of my injury, I started to use the bike. And my goal with this is to progressively lower the bike height so that it gets closer and closer to being able to actually curl my legs. I think at this point I had like the middle phase of the bike, but then eventually like I had it short like this. So that was exercise warm-up number 1. All right, so exercise 2, once my body's warmed up, I'm generally working on balancing on one leg. This helps build stability in the feet, which ultimately helps out with building strong stability in the legs and my overall posture in general. Now, the goal for me is to be able to hang 5 minutes on one of the legs, and I'll set a timer on. I'll do one leg and then go on to the other. So on the 5th day of my injury, I realized that I can straighten out my leg pretty good, but coming in is very, very difficult. So like on the curl side of it, like that's the most I could do. Whereas on my other leg, I can, kind of curl it in completely. So from here, I've just been working on trying to slowly push my ability to curl to basically have my leg heel to my butt. As of today, it's gotten better, but I still unfortunately can't kneel. Kneeling meaning like going all the way down and like also having pressure onto my leg. So I'm just working on this like every single day. Even though it might seem a bit redundant now, I find it's still good to work on in order to get the full curl and not have any pinching or pain in there. All right, and right here, just doing some straight leg raises. Now, I started to use the resistance band to add more resistance on the dorsiflexion on my foot. It started out actually really, really difficult going up and down without the bands. But the moment I started to use the bands, I started to increase the difficulty of it. And I could definitely feel like my legs starting to strengthen up a bit more. All right, so right here, we got the reverse squat with the bands. Now, again, it's just difficult for me to completely put my feet together on the inside. And so I'm just working that. Getting more of the blood flowing in there and like just strengthening the legs so that I can start to curl my legs in again. And then here's just a fun clip of my wife trying to do it. So yeah, it's pretty challenging, and it actually works the quads and your tibia is pretty good. So I would definitely try it out. Even if like you're okay, I'll probably continue to do this exercise and start implementing it into my routines. So I wasn't doing this on the previous days, but I did it here to kind of test my strength on getting up with my injured leg. Yeah, I guess it's a litmus test to see kind of where I'm at. About day 2, I was unable to even do this, but now I think today, like as of this recording, we were at about day 8, and from there, like I can start lifting my body weight a bit. All right, and tibia raises. So I don't know what the exact correlation is. I'd have to read into it more deeply, but I find like doing these raises has definitely strengthened my calves, and also like a part of my knees as well. Having implemented this on the 4th day, like I could definitely really feel a difference already. But apparently long term, these tibia raises are really good for really explosive movements. Like especially a lot of like sprinters will work on using these tibia raises for explosive power and like. Alright, so this is the best exercise that I found on Strong and Stable Knees, which is the Lunge Matrix. Now, as you can see, I'm going to go to my top left here, and then my top right, and then continue on. I will be going on to my left, right, as well as front and back. So what this does is it builds stabilities on all 6 points with your legs. Once my legs get better, I'll probably start doing this exercise actually weighted, to really test my resistance and kind of build my strength to it. But this has definitely helped me. And also I've been able to use this kind of as a litmus test to see how deep into a lunge I can actually go. Before I did pretty good in going into a full lunge, but now there's a bit of a pinch pain, kind of at like somewhat of a midpoint for me. But yeah, we'll get there, and over time, we'll definitely build some strength into this. But yeah, I definitely want to continue on with the Lunge Matrix and have that be a part of my workout routine. And as you can see, here's Selena doing it again. It's a bit awkward at first because on some points of the lunge, you know, some like the one that's been really difficult for me was the one on my back, like my back left or my back right, like basically like the leg that goes on its inside. But yeah, once we build more stability, that would be good. Alright guys, so that's all that I have for this video. I'll be recovering for the next 2 to 3 months probably. I think I could start drilling now, but I definitely won't be rolling for a while. But that just goes to show, this is a very dangerous sport, and just be careful. You know, take care of your partners for sure. I'm very grateful for my coaches for being able to help me, especially like the moment that I got injured. You know, a lot of the advice was, you know, as soon as you can, like get into rehab and start doing the movements. So thank you so much for watching the video, and remember, if you have time to kill, you have time to do recovery in this instance. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.